It is a warm day. Springtime in New Mexico can be hit or miss. It could be really warm like today, or I believe later on in the week in our forecast, last time I checked, it's gonna drop pretty close to freezing. So yeah, it's interesting. But the sun, which is definitely dominant today, really does take it out of me when I'm running. So, but I did still have some thoughts. One kind of philosophical thought, and then one just kind of general idea, just kind of a weird thought. The first one is stemmed or has an origin from a YouTube video I saw today by a YouTuber I really enjoy. His name is Tom Scott, I believe. If I'm wrong, I will. Well, I'll still link him in the little YouTube description. But his name's Tom Scott, and he does a lot of really interesting videos. Just most of the time, it's a lot of just information. He's very articulate, very organized, and it's just fun to listen to his videos, just to learn. Like, I learn a lot from his videos. But the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, brought me to one of his earlier, not super early, but like maybe a couple years old videos, which also I'll try to link if I remember. But he is on a train going from southern England to northern England, and he's talking about what made him popular, I guess. What makes you popular? And it's interesting, but there was something that stuck out to me in the video, and that was a little graph that he put up. And in the x-axis, it's effort. Y-axis is awesomeness, I think. Sorry, there's a couple of hawks just kind of playing in the air. I wish I could have filmed it. But yeah, so it's a really interesting tool to help you make decisions, and I found it very helpful for myself, just kind of in theory, because I personally have a difficult time making decisions. I have a difficult time in worrying about pleasing other people and worrying about other people's in my life, and I tend to put myself to the side a lot, and as a result, now I'm in my mid to late 30s pretty soon. I'm evaluating where I am, and I'm wondering, like, am I happy? Am I satisfied with where my decisions have brought me so far? A lot of decisions, yeah, I am. But there's some things that I'm just wondering, like, hey, did I make this decision just because it was the default, or what was going on? So, which reminds me also of I've been watching a lot of YouTube. Another YouTube video I watched last night, it was a TED Talk from a couple years ago. And I don't remember the speaker's name. Again, I'll find it and I'll link it here. But basically what happened, he was talking about purpose and making decisions, and I think I was just kind of watching videos on that because I was thinking about it myself. But he mentioned a Mark Twain quote that I thought was really, really interesting. And I've heard it before. It's a very popular quote, but it goes something along the lines of the two most important days of your life are the day you're born and the day that you discover why. So even just as I repeat it, it kind of just gives me some chills. Like, just imagining the day you discover why you were born sounds very much important. And I think it would be a huge tragedy if you were to live your entire life and not to know why you were born. So that is what I was thinking about. And those are my thoughts. The other random thought, I guess it's not important anymore, but I was just thinking about rain and how we are not getting any, obviously. A couple of clouds here and there. We're supposed to get it, well, there's a chance of rain soon. But I was wondering, you know, I live in New Mexico and it doesn't rain very much. We get about, in Albuquerque, we get about 10 inches of rain each year. Most of the time, that rain comes in the months of June, July, August, our monsoon season. So, I was wondering, you know, since I live in a desert, a lot of times I'm wishing like it would rain. And I wonder if there's people who are in more rainy climates, if they think the same thing, like, hey, I wish it was dry here. I wish I could live in New Mexico where it was sunny all the time. And I think there probably is, but a lot of times I dream about living in the Pacific Northwest, like Seattle, Portland, Vancouver, Canada would be pretty cool, but that would take a bit too much effort for the awesomeness if I were to look at that graph, just because, you know, moving to another country is kind of hard, I think. Anyways, that's all, and see you on the next one.